Okay, so I want to push back on this narrative that Democrats and Biden have been useless and have not accomplished very much the last few years. I think it's tempting to always assume that the two-party system of Republicans and Democrats don't do anything for the American people, and I don't think that applies to Democrats all the time, at least. And I think Biden has major achievements, as well as Democrats in Congress, for real policy change, substantial policy change. And I think the single greatest achievement a president can do is signature legislation that he passes through Congress and then signs off on. And there are a few examples of Biden doing just this. Either way, Democrats were involved, whether Biden had a hand in it or not. But he certainly had a hand in designing some of the policies that I'm about to outline. So I want to briefly just summarize all the things that I think Democrats have done in the past couple of years that have been substantial and meaningful. Okay, so first we have the Inflation Reduction Act. So one thing that this did was it made Affordable Care Act subsidies more affordable, and also lowered prescription drug prices for people on Medicare. It was also the single biggest investment in climate change in American history. And in addition to that, and this was another example that was more recent, was Democrats and Republicans working together to pass gun control reform. And but another major economic investment was the Chips and Science Act. Now, this was $100 billion investment in American manufacturing. So this is something that's projected to create millions of jobs in the future. And then we have the American Rescue Plan. This was the law that provided the $1,400 stimulus payments for those affected by the pandemic employment. This is also the same bill that was responsible for the child tax credits that were provided to poor families with children. Unfortunately, it's expired at this point, but it was at least something that was provided temporary relief to the people that needed it. And another major accomplishment of Biden and Democrats was the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. This was a near $1 trillion investment in things like roads, bridges, electrical grids, Amtrak, and internet. So every type of infrastructure project you can think of was invested in. And this is something obviously that's ongoing as far as the construction project goes. Another thing that Biden did is that he dipped into our strategic oil reserves, which effectively lowered gas prices.